Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're back here with Mystery Files from What's Entertainment. Today, Shane's telling us about the tale of Vermont's sea monster. I think I actually remember this, but I can't remember where. I think it was like The Ghost. It was like this old Discovery show. Like, these two people would investigate like two different mysteries. I can't remember where it was. Like, Mystery Hunters or something? I don't know. It's like... they do mysteries and like ghost stuff too. I just can't remember it. I'll have to look it up later, but anyway, let's check out Vermont's sea monster, huh? Let's see what it's called. Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's check it out. Got nothing else. Here we go. We got a cryptid.
This guy's looking for some PB.
Champ, huh?
Go out there with a
Oh, Champlain. Okay, I was...
And we are talking about his body with the humps, not. Or that's
Oh,
just his
oh,
body.
oh.
Welcome to Mystery Files, where we take a deep dive into cases that span from the creepy to the truly
The
bizarre
bizarre.
and everything in between. I'm Shane, and today I'll be forcing my colleague
Mr. Burnett?
to hear all about
Mr. Pagara?
shyest monsters. That's right, Champ.
Hello, Champ.
Good.
America's big, shimmering,
Slick.
Ew.
aquatic beast.
Raising? He's got my attention. Let's see what you got. Let's begin.
What do you know about Champ, Ryan?
I don't know too much about it. I know you're obsessed with it.
I don't know that I'm obsessed. I've been to Burlington, Vermont. I've checked out the lake.
Check out that Burlington coat factory.
Is that where they're
I
based?
have no idea.
I'd love to know. Well, let's get into it. But
guess it.
first, I'd like you to watch one of my special videos.
Well,
Yeah,
last
video?
time you did this, it was
No,
an issue.
this is a different one. Let's check it out.
Eh? Alright, this I gotta see.
Hello and welcome to the official trailer for Pod Watcher, the official
Pod Watcher,
podcast
okay.
of Watcher Entertainment.
That's right. It's our weekly little get-together where we talk about whatever the hell we want.
Did you touch Annabelle?
No, here's this.
Phrasing?
Now we've never talked about this before.
You know, it's our place to let loose a little bit. I'm a big BIC guy. Bic? Is that how you say it?
Big energy.
Yeah,
Big
I was
energy.
waiting for it.
Sometimes the topics are contemporary. Recently, Mari
Yeah,
and
basically
I,
whatever
we've been
comes to
talking
their
about it
minds.
for like the past year. We should get a dog, but and sometimes they're not.
Grogu, but they're always real. Do you know about how to steal from them? I've said this before, and this works most of the time.
Join us every Monday.
By watching over at the Watcher Podcast YouTube channel or listening wherever you find your favorite podcasts. We'll be there.
You know, it's really the only place where I feel like I can really be me.
Oh,
Is it on all shows?
Don't touch me.
Anyway, plug aside. Off to the history of
Located on
Champ.
the border of Vermont and New York and extending as far north as Montreal. Lake
Montreal.
Champlain is a popular destination for those looking for sun and fun, boating, fishing, water sports, or maybe catching a glimpse of an elusive marine monster.
That would be nice. I mean, I'm more interested in the water sports.
Can you imagine out there skiing and then you get chomped by Champ?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, imagine if I could ride Champ.
Oh, if Champ's...
Oh, that'd be fun.
I bounced up and down when I did
That's
that.
what Champ's doing. Champ's, doing like big, and you're out going, whoa!
Fortune, here I
Remember in,
come.
like, SeaWorld shows when like a dad would be like, oh, I'm gonna go take pictures next to the tank, and then he'd fall into the tank.
That happened to a dad?
No, but then the dad would come back up and he'd be riding a dolphin.
I was not aware of that.
Oh, that's kind of what I'd like
Never
to
been to
happen.
SeaWorld. I don't like the way they treat those whales, but I guess you're...
Hey,
Fair
I
enough,
went
fair
as
enough.
a child, okay? It's actually where I had my first beer when I was 3.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
For
3?
centuries, there have been frequent sightings of an impossible-to-prove serpent-like creature living in the calm waters of the Adirondacks' largest freshwater lake. Infamously, the creature is known as Champ, the lake monster, and its legend continues to fascinate locals, visitors, and historians, as well as scientists.
This is an artist's rendering, not the actual picture of Champ.
No, this is a photograph.
Yeah, a little bit. You know,
That's an
pretty
artist
run-of-the-mill
rendering.
stuff.
Come
The
on.
Champ that I know, friendly guy. This is not what we like to see.
Well,
We
how
don't
do you
like to
know
see.
that's not his friendly face? Sometimes people have a resting, angry face.
Yeah.
Like Shane.
Stephen Lim, our own CEO, has one of those.
That guy barely has a face.
And I do think it's because he actually is thinking murderous thoughts all the time. So that's probably a bad
That's
example.
nice.
That's true. Well, billed as America's Loch Ness Monster.
USA.
The descriptions of the
USA.
creature vary amongst the hundreds of witnesses who claim to have seen him. Common characteristics depict a snake-like or reptilian aquatic animal with a long neck, wide head, large eyes, and massive size for its isolated lake habitat.
This isn't you?
Long neck, wide head, large eyes. I think I have little tiny eyes, don't I?
That's true. You do have small eyes. The other
I have a
part's
tiny mouth, too.
the other part's pretty
Snake-like
accurate.
reptilian creature, massive in size. I can't deny that.
I'm talking about your height.
Hey,
Weirdo.
Most reports
Yeah, Jay kind of walked into that one. So yeah, pretty much, there you go. A lake monster in Lake Champlain. Have you guys ever went there? I never went there. I only been in New York, but nowhere near Lake Champlain. Still, described as America's Loch Ness. I mean, it does sound about right. I actually still remember, like, the old, like, movie. Remember Water Horse? You know, the movie that kind of fantasized, like, the birth of the Loch Ness Monster. You know? Nessie? I wonder if it's still there. Anyway.
say Champ is between 10 to 40 feet long. Some testify to seeing fins or 3 distinct humps as it moves
three
speedily
humps.
but gracefully through the water with a trail of large waves following behind.
And we are talking about his body with the humps, not.
Yeah, they don't see him jump out of the water and go, oh, oh.
Oh, that's just his move. Is the mystery here that Champ is he a real guy?
Suck it.
Is that the mystery? 'Cause
Yeah, it's a cryptid.
I know he's real. He's real.
You believe?
I don't know if I believe. Maybe you can convince me to
I'm
believe.
kind of interested now.
Close your eyes, Ryan.
What do you? Why?
Why turn around?
went-
What are you doing? What the?
Are
Okay.
you proud of yourself?
I mean, I feel good.
Why?
Because Champ is frequently spotted during the warmer months when the lake's temperatures are
So-
warmer, some suggest Champ
Summertime?
may be a seasonal migratory creature. Or maybe that's when there are more tourists hungry to come back for their vacation in lazy old upstate New York with a wild story to tell the neighbors.
More people to see it, therefore more likely to
Yeah, it makes
have
sense.
stories.
Yeah.
Maybe he
Yeah,
likes the
that
cold.
actually does
Though I
sound
love
about
the
right.
fact that Champ might be a hot tub guy.
Or maybe Champ likes the fame.
This one likes the fame.
That one likes the fame.
Ooh.
Dating back to Champ's earliest witnesses, indigenous peoples of the region had their own folklore
Correct.
about a beast in the lake. They reportedly warned French
The whole
explorers
interest-
not to
not a good
disturb
try.
the creature living beneath the lake's waters, one they knew to be lethal to humans. Mais non! A French
Mais non.
colonizer could not be deterred with a fuck ton of beaver furs on the line. Some say the first European account of the monster was made in 1609 in the diaries of famous French explorer and founder of Quebec City, Samuel de Champlain, for whom the lake and by extension the monster was later named. In these entries, he allegedly wrote
Champlain.
about a large sea serpent whose coils and scales reflected in the lake's sunlight.
He kind of looks like you.
Interesting.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like if you imagined you with that mustache and that strange facial hair.
Believe any of that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't like when people are just like, well, that happened a long time ago. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
That's the thing, though. It happened a long time ago, so do they really know what the fuck they're talking about?
I mean, it's
Probably
not a matter
not.
of belief if you see a giant dragon-like creature. It's kind of just
Not
like,
necessarily. We'll get into that later. There were a lot of sea serpents people saw.
oh, all right. I mean,
Okay,
it's really hard
got
to
my
take you
attention.
seriously in that giant
That's
outfit,
okay.
but-
Yeah, you might want to take that off.
However,
Actually, now I think about it, there was actually, like, you know Johnny Test, like, the Cartoon Network show? There was actually an episode about a lake there. I always thought, like, Porkville, I think it was, like, Pork Nest. It was, like, Porkville or something. I always thought that was, like, upstate New York or something. Because there was actually an episode with a Lake Pork Nest monster, and there was actually, it turned out it was actually just the tourist guy little pet project. So yeah, they took control of the monster, and well, off it goes to the sea. At least that's how I remember the show, but I think I'm just gonna go Porkville. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen Johnny Test, so pretty sure that's the name of the city and town. You get the idea, right? If I'm wrong, you can correct me, but that's just what I remember. Anyway, moving along. Back to Champ.
Actual written evidence of his account doesn't seem to exist. And there's been speculation that the quotes attributed to him actually first appeared in an article in Vermont Life magazine in 1970. In fact, some quotes falsely attributed to Champlain speaking on the topic of the lake's monster may actually refer to a large fish he saw on the St. Lawrence River. Now, despite the fact that there's no actual evidence that Champ exists, the creature is protected by safe waters laws in both New York and Vermont.
What happens if you were to, say, poach him then?
They kill you.
I know in my old neighborhood when you would there were peacocks.
You got a lot of peacocks,
and if you hit one with your car, it would be like a $3,000 fine.
Did you ever chase
with an accident?
So you could tease.
I mean, I can imagine if you're like speedboating and Champ accidentally got his neck in there.
No, I don't think he has ears.
He feel like we're just
now Champ has...
Okay, sorry, but I gotta bring this up again. Like, can you imagine if you're like on the lake, you're just like driving a speedboat, like, Joe in the day, and you're like, oh dear God, I just ran over Champ's neck. He's dead. Oops. Actually, what would happen? Like, say it accidentally got its neck caught up in there. I know it's impossible, but still, hear me. Would you still get in trouble for that? Since technically Champ killed itself? Or honestly, I feel like you could destroy your boat. Or like you could destroy your boat before you got the chance to kill it. Weird thought, okay? Just don't know why I thought of it, but let's move on before I get too dark.
Has become a consistent favorite in media around the world. His story has been covered everywhere, from scholarly journals to Japanese TV shows to the Today Show.
TV show?
And locally, this monster is treated more like a hero. First peoples may have known him as a danger, but modern depictions are much more docile, shy, and smiling.
Really?
Look at that guy. Oh!
The PBJ.
This guy's looking for
Looks
some
like a
PBJs.
pal.
I'm gonna go out there with a bag of PBJs.
Whole sack of PBJs.
A whole sack of them, just throwing them into his mouth. He won't know what hit him.
Nice wet PBJ.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Now, in Vermont, there's a baseball team named after him, the Lake Monsters. That's cute. Complete with their own Champ mascot. Look at him.
Yo. Man, this town really loves Champ, huh?
Like a little Ninja Turtles thing on too.
Port Henry has created.
Whoa!
Yeah, look at this fucking guy. He's trying his best. Port Henry has in fact created a whole tourism market around him, from a statue of him erected near the water, merchandise devoted to him, and local restaurants even having been known to serve Champ burgers. No,
Champ burgers?
Patties.
Yikes.
A bun as a burger often is.
I
Still.
love when these cities that are known for cryptids base a lot of their commerce around it.
Oh yeah, like Mothman. Remember?
Like, let's say we found.
Didn't you just say you love Champ?
Yeah.
You
But,
always said that.
Hypothetical. We found 2 of them. We're gonna take one, chop them up into meat.
Why?
Let the other one live.
Let's say there was 200,000 of them, then I would eat one.
No, in this scenario,
Yeah,
it's 2.
totally endanger the
that's gonna make
species,
that
You
dude.
have to eat one. Which one are you gonna pull the trigger?
Remind me to keep Champ away from you, Shay. You eat him.
Burger out of it.
Would not eat Champ.
There have been as many as 300 sightings of Champ and possibly thousands of witnesses since 1819. The
300
earliest year we have an actual surviving written record describing the monster, appearing in print in the Pittsburgh Republican newspaper on Saturday, July
1819.
1819.
Damn, that old.
The article told a story from a few days earlier, when Captain Crumb,
giant
I know, we
black-
like that, don't we? Oi, Captain Crumb!
That's a competitor to Captain Crunch.
Yeah,
Just wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Just wasn't enough.
not as good.
Crumb,
Captain
crunch.
Crumb, sailing on his small barge on Bulwaga Bay, saw a giant black
Bulwaga Bay, huh?
monster in the water.
there it is.
According to his account, the monster was a horrifying 187 feet long. Damn! It reared its giant
Wait, what's
head,
the
which
40
resembled
earlier?
seahorses, and extended over 15 feet out of the water, despite being over 200 yards away, according to other witnesses. Captain Crumb said he was close enough to see the monster's 3 teeth.
So
Eyes
like
the color of a peeled onion, a white star on its forehead,
Wait,
and a
white
belt
star?
of red around his neck. Try drawing this.
belt?
Based
What?
on these clues,
I'm not a good artist,
So,
but I can do that.
try your
Flap here?
best. Remember,
Also,
3
the
teeth,
white star on
eyes
his
the color
forehead.
of peeled onions,
There it is right there. You can see the monster, and then that's actually me.
Oh, you're teeny tiny.
For scale.
Honestly, that's one of the better drawings you've done.
Thank you for saying that.
You're getting good. Now, by the
Great
1870s,
Republic
champ
steamboat.
sightings became more frequent and dramatic, seemingly correlating with the rise of entire groups of steamboat passengers corroborating stories of sightings of the creature on the lake, with separate incidents occurring in 1870, 71,
71, 73,
74.
At that point, though, how much is he in the collective consciousness? Like, is he in the newspaper all the time?
What else are they gonna talk about? You go there, they got a statue of the guy.
Oh, I'm just saying that because if it's like in the newspaper every week, it's more likely that people will be like, I saw him too.
I mean, I don't trust people, so
I saw him there.
I'm gonna
I
assume
saw
most
him
of them didn't see anything.
Well, it's rich for you to say you don't trust people when you look like you do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You shouldn't
You're
trust
literally
me.
dressed as the lake monster.
I don't.
We just saw him in New York City.
You're not
There he
gonna argue with me there.
Now, according to the tourists on board the steamship WB Eddy, their whole boat nearly turned over when they almost ran into the creature in 1873.
Oops.
That same year, the New York Times covered a story about a
railroad
railroad crew that claimed to see the head of an enormous serpent with bright silvery scales that glistened in the sun and the waters of Lake Champlain. That sounds like champ, glistening, water, scales.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like all of these are going to have, descriptions that match the other ones based on the fact that it's been published.
You would think I'm gonna lower my head here. That's
Sure.
My skull needed to breathe. Now, you would assume
getting hot underneath that?
an incident in which an entire steamship is nearly capsized, people would sort of get their story straight.
That to me kind of sounds like the steamboat captain fucked up and crashed into a rock or something.
Just blame it on the sea monster.
In the water.
You know what? It was
And
the
then
sea
they kind of
monster.
telephoned
Just did
its
it.
way back to the back of the boat.
Yeah, it's possible.
Sound about right,
Cover his
man.
own ass.
Maybe. In response to the frenzy surrounding
Oh, P.T.
speculation
Barnum.
of Champ's
Hello.
existence in 1873, racist charlatan P.T. Barnum offered an enormous reward, with separate reports saying as much as $20,000 to $50,000 to any person who could bring him the hide of the great Champlain serpent to add to his Mammoth World's Fair show, though he also would have gladly taken the beast alive.
Yeesh.
Now, obviously, the monster of Lake Champlain would never join Barnum's stupid little collection. It's hard enough to catch a glimpse of Champ, let alone lay mortal hands on him, though wouldn't that be nice to just strangle that beast?
No, I think it'd be cool to
No, I'm good.
Well,
I
strangle
ain't gonna
him,
eat
yeah,
him.
sort of
Thank
like
you very
ride
much.
through the waters. This is his net.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sort of like,
Can you do that again? How you would write it?
Now, some witnesses have gotten extra lucky, at least catching photos or videos of the creature. One of the best known pieces of hard visual evidence of Champ's existence was a photo taken nearly a century later. On July 5th, 1977, Sandra Manson was at the lake with her family for a patriotic holiday getaway when she spotted something emerging from the water in the distance. See that?
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Sandra's
So
photo was verified to be authentic in depicting something. And that something, in fact, matches descriptions many have attributed to Champ. Skeptics point out that the photo was taken in the lake's relative shallows, perhaps in less than 15 feet of water, making it hard to imagine that this was the giant lake monster of lore.
Yeah, 187 feet long. That doesn't
Yeah.
exactly look like that. Maybe that's the baby. Can you picture, just imagine the noises produced?
A lot of gurgling.
Yeah.
As of 1992,
actually, I think if I remember correctly, like, didn't they debunk that famous like Nessie photo back in the old day? I don't know if it was like debunked, but I think they actually said it was like some sort of like flotation thing they used. At least, like I said, it's something I remembered. Not sure that's true or not, but you guys don't let me know. But anyway,
there were reportedly over 600 witnesses who claimed to have seen Champ.
as of
and that
1992.
number has likely doubled in just a few short decades with the advent of camera phones and dozens more alleged sightings every summer. Now, it could be down to hype, but there has also been some interesting video evidence collected in recent years.
Weird news and
that's pretty
history.
hard to
Okay,
ignore.
what do you got?
Oh, I'm so stoked.
In 2015, a YouTube channel uploaded a supposed video of
8 years
Champ with a description that goes as follows.
Quote, sent to me by a viewer. They wrote, not sure what the hell I saw, but caught part of it on video. This thing was in Lake Champlain and it was massive. I first saw the neck, which was sticking out of the water about 6 feet.
Look how Blow the
this
cup
be China?
sub-count
So
is.
this is not the YouTube person's video. They were sent.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
video.
this was the
And
message.
Chain of
Okay.
evidence here is already getting pretty sloppy.
And the quote you read was from the person who sent the video.
Yes.
Gotcha.
They spelled weird wrong, not us, by the way. Are you ready to watch?
Yeah, of course.
I'm so
All
stoked
right,
for this.
fire
video.
away. What do you got? Oh, there. I
Okay.
think I see it. Oh. Okay, I saw a splash.
Pretty weird, huh?
I
Yeah.
guess I was hoping to see a little more of the humps.
Oh, like you're one to talk.
I only give out high quality
That
evidence.
is not true.
That is totally true.
Now, despite centuries of
Honestly, looking at that, kind of hard to tell. It looked like a snake mostly, but I couldn't make out any details. I mean, you can definitely see where it was like breaking the surface, but I don't know. Like I said, it kind of looked like a snake. I mean, could have been, but I couldn't get a look like length. So I don't know. Maybe it just caught a snake. I don't know. What do you guys think? You can rewind the video and just check it out. Honestly, I'm still trying to. I think that might have been a snake, but I'm just gonna go with that. Anyway.
speculation and hundreds of sightings, Champ remains elusive. Researchers have gone as far as employing sonar technology to try to locate and track the movements of any abnormally large creatures beneath the lake's surface. In June 2003, researchers led by
2003.
bioacoustician
Hello.
Elizabeth von Muggenthaler went to Lake Champlain with a Discovery Channel documentary crew attempting to prove Champ's existence. Now, unfortunately, they are said to have violated scientific protocol for the film crew's benefit, but managed to detect a noise 10 times louder than that of any known species of fish in the lake. A series of high-pitched clicking and chirping noises, like those made by a beluga whale or a dolphin. As a result, the team made an announcement that they'd found evidence proving Champ's existence. They sound like a bunch of fraudsters.
Okay.
I was about to say this is a Discovery Channel production. No, I'm not saying that they are fraudsters, but I will say that there's an immense pressure to have some sort of result on those kinds of shows.
Yeah.
And you've already
True.
told me that they broke scientific protocol. Do you know how they did that?
I mean, they probably, used tools of questionable scientific merit.
As a Ghost Files member,
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
sounds
how
about
they broke
right.
scientific
Yeah,
protocol,
you've definitely-
because I only adhere to it.
That's right. Yep. And we're just going to let that sit, and we're going to move on.
I am.
Yeah, good call.
So, if it's not a baby beluga in the deep blue lake,
So who is that?
what the hell could Champ be?
It's a good question.
Let's
Could be
get
just a
into
giant
it.
snake. I don't know.
Corkboard?
Cook by time. Here we go. Start the theories.
All right, let's get into the theories, my friend.
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out what the heck it's supposed to look like, but looking at it, I could definitely see it being like a snake. I don't know, but then again, not sure, but I mean, not sure how close it is to 3 Mile Island, but you got me. I'm not even sure I would get there since, he said it's a lake, but alright, Shane, let's hear your theories. Could be a mass hallucination event. I guess he's gonna put one there.
Friend.
What do you got?
Excited for
Okay,
these?
4
I'm so
theories.
excited.
Okay.
Theory 1,
First up.
Champ is the relative of an extinct aquatic reptile. And this is a big one. Look how big that is. Look at this big, beautiful theory.
Okay.
That's the
a
most
lot.
beautiful theory I've ever seen.
That's
Was he a
lot of
saurus, I
reptiles.
guess?
Now, some theorize that Champ is a Zeuglodon, a giant
Zeuglodon.
prehistoric whale whose original name, Basilosaurus, means
Basilosaurus.
king of reptiles. Described as a sea serpent, this creature's fossil records show that it lived in the Iapetus Ocean, a body of water extending across North America 500 million years before the Atlantic Ocean was formed. Can you imagine?
Whoa, you're basically saying
So basically-
that it's a dinosaur. I would be more
school dino.
moved by this if it was a cryptid that lived in the ocean as opposed to,
What's a lake but a small ocean?
well, I mean, it's freshwater versus saltwater.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're right. It's probably not this. Could this be what the Abenaki tribe were
Actually,
referring to
could've
when they named the
lived
lake's
in,
creature
like,
the
you know-
Gitaskog or Tataskog, roughly
Gitas-
translating to Great Serpent?
It could be.
It could be.
I
it
mean,
could
like
be.
you said,
It's
king
possible
reptile,
that in
so
prehistoric times,
maybe?
the area we now know as Lake Champlain could have been home to a species of giant freshwater reptile. And Champ
Oh, so it is
may be a
reptiles?
descendant or a lone survivor. Others have posited that Champ could be a relative of the plesiosaur,
Oh,
an
hello,
extinct
plesiosaur.
marine reptile. That's sort of what I'm dressed up as, sort of a plesiosaur.
You certainly would fit in the furry community.
I don't think I would.
Well, you're a plesiosaur.
I think they need fur. They need more fur.
Oh, are they pretty?
Yeah.
Are they pretty strict on needs to have fur for the
I
furry?
don't know that they
I
like
got
was
me.
more just
I'm
making
not a
it funny
furry,
up.
so I don't
think
know
they
the
like
etiquette.
slick, wet. They don't like it when you
Phrasing?
start out slick and wet.
That's what I was about to say.
You get there eventually.
Get phrasing.
All due respect to our furry pals. So they believe it could be a relative of the plesiosaur, an extinct marine reptile that lived in the late Triassic and Cretaceous periods.
Cool.
Measuring at about 15
Don't
feet
they
long,
evolve?
the plesiosaur's small head, long neck, turtle-like body, short tail, and 2 pairs of paddles would account for many of the characteristics attributed to Champ by witnesses and his merchandise.
He's sick of
Fair.
birds with paddles.
Stephen Lynn comes in work, starts giving you some sass, you could just
Slap him
Yeah.
like with just a fish fin right to the face. Oh yeah, Ryan, we need you in the office.
he couldn't even say anything because that's your biology.
I can imagine
That's
that
who you are.
happening.
That's right. That's how I communicate.
That's how you communicate. What do you
It's
think
a
of
fish
this?
slappy slappy.
Think is this?
I don't know. I like it.
You like it?
I'm still curious in how
Does
something
seem
survived from
possible,
that long.
but-
You got to have a stable population for these things, so a lone survivor seems unlikely.
Would it be considered a stable population if there was only one of the species?
No, because that's impossible.
Unless it's Champ.
Let's move on to theory 2.
So what's
Champ
next?
Sightings are just
Driftwood and
and
shadows.
Nice.
Now these
Sounds about right.
folks are the
Benjamin
authors of
Ramford,
Lake
Joe Nickel,
Monster
and Sandra
Mysteries,
Messi.
investigating the world's most elusive creatures.
Cool.
And they've said of their own analysis of the infamous Mansi photograph that, quote, it's difficult to picture how the gently sloping hump on the right could be anatomically connected to the neck, which emerges from the water at about an 85-degree angle. The hump slopes down toward the base of the neck just a few feet away. Rather, they postulate that the photo is the result of noonday shadows in what they say is one of the oldest tricks in the book when it comes to accidental lake monster sightings. Large pieces of driftwood. Roots and branches and gnarled, twisted, and fantastic forms. Not the most exciting theory, but we
I
have
do
to-
recall you saying that. I did say that it might be a log or something like that.
You did say it was
That?
a log.
Sounds about right.
Theory
In the tri-state area, it's just from everything
is an
verbs one
unidentified
too.
Cryptozoological.
And 3 coming up.
Amazing.
The cryptid.
Now, Champ's mythology attributes him to being a lone figure living in the lake over centuries, but Champ may not be the only one of his kind. Other well-known cryptozoological creatures resembling Champ have been spotted in lakes, rivers, and oceans around the
So
world.
lake dragons.
In addition to the infamous Loch Ness
Ness
Monster
Monster.
in
Nessie.
Scotland. Heard of her?
I heard of her.
Beautiful lady. There's the legend of the Ogopogo in Canada.
I haven't heard of that one.
Ogopogo.
And rumors of dinosaurs in Kyrgyzstan's Lake Issyk. But of course, these
is cool.
creatures. He's cool.
It is cool.
He's cool. We're not making fun of it. But of course, these creatures.
Actually, Ogopogo. I actually remember like it was like a SCP on something like that. I think it was like an anti-mimetic sea creature. Like you or wait, how did it go again? I think it was like if you see it and yet no one else would believe you. I think that's how the thing went, because honestly, I can't remember the designation. Hold on. Just doing some quick research, because I honestly don't remember. Hold on, let's see. Like... Oh yeah, 1933-EX, the Ogopogo. Well, luckily I remembered. So, yeah, there you go. The Ogopogo was an SCP. I don't remember that one. I'll have to see what it did, but definitely do remember that now. Anyway, number 4.
Creatures also have the trait of being completely unverifiable in common.
So it's
Again,
possible that these
SCP.
are all like cousins and they're all masters of espionage.
I didn't know where to squeeze this in, but I think I do have to acknowledge that in the ancient world, when they were sailing around the ocean, they would think they would see sea monsters.
Yeah.
And do you know what the culprit often was?
What?
Driftwood? Snakes?
I was
What?
wondering what was behind that. Oh, that's a whale penis.
That's a whale penis. I'm glad you
Uh-oh.
spotted that right away.
I know that
Whale dick.
really well.
I'm just putting this there to rule it out.
Can we even
because
show
this
that?
is not the open ocean. This is a lake. So it is not probably a whale penis. I don't know what other creatures are in that lake or what their hogs look like. But
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty weird looking one, but if I was packing something in that
Can
size,
we put that away
I'd do the
before we
backstroke.
get in trouble, please?
It's
Thank you.
possible that it's a cryptozoological creature. I'd like to believe that. I'd like to believe they're
Don't
all
we all?
friends.
that'd be nice. Pen pals.
Yeah.
Theory 4.
Thank you.
Champ is simply a big garfish.
Garfish? What's a
That's
garfish?
a garfish right there.
Up to 10 feet long, huh?
Oh, let me tell you.
Okay.
And
Now,
more
some positive
eels?
theories that Champ is related to a more
That's what I was
modern
saying.
creature, ranging from eels to crocodiles to catfish. Historical scholars have hypothesized that Champ is a garfish. The alligator gar is one of the largest of all. You see this fucking... That's just a crocodile.
Oh, there you go. That croc.
Look at this guy, though. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
The alligator gar is one of the largest of all freshwater fishes, reaching up to 10 feet long, meaning that
Just
Champ
in the
would be
range of
much
Champ.
larger than even a bigger than average garfish, because Champ is supposed to be like
100.
fucking huge.
It's supposed to be bigger than the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, yeah. But, this class of fish does include lake sturgeon. Look at that.
Huh,
Maybe that's
there it is.
Maybe it's a big
Could
fish,
be, could be.
which still live in Lake Champlain today. Perhaps that's what the person had spotted in their supposed video evidence of Champ.
But don't people say that it has like big like white eyes?
Oh, yeah, the white-
What do people know? Why would a fish have 3 teeth?
I don't think. I mean, look, it's interesting.
Yeah, it
I
does
think
seem
it's
a
more
little
likely
odd.
a piece
I'll
of
give you
wood
that.
than this.
You think it might be a zoolodon?
I don't know about a
Zoolodon.
zoolodon, but it could be some sort of other adon. I was just thinking,
True.
what if they blasted some Daft Punk under?
Oh, just to see what it would do to... I
Just
think
to
that would
see.
probably fuck up the whole
Yeah.
ecosystem of that lake. I don't know why.
I was just thinking because then you
Bye-bye,
could maybe get
fishies.
Champ moving. I even drew a picture of what it would look like. Let's put a Daft Punk in the lake right there. It's the helmet, and just kinda spin around.
You're putting the actual members of Daft
That's
Punk
right.
in.
I put them there, and they're going to perform live.
So Daft Punk go down into water. Everyone go, they must have drowned.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Daft Punk. Suddenly, Champ
Whee!
rises from the water.
With Daft Punk
Daft
riding
Punk.
them.
Daft Punk
Around
riding.
your lake,
Yep.
around-
And then Daft Punk takes the helmet off, and it's revealed.
Who?
It's me.
It's hilarious.
I think it's pretty clear that we don't know what the answer is in this case.
True, 'cause
Otherwise, it'd
we
be
don't have
fairly
any
major
concrete
news
proof
and
of it.
Pretty well known that there was a large monster living in the lake.
That's true.
So, Ryan.
But it be
and our
explained,
wonderful
unexplained,
viewers,
that's a tough one.
Is Champ a figment of our collective, overactive imaginations? A hoax manufactured by bored steamboat passengers of yesteryear? Or is Champ actually a relative of a giant prehistoric fish or reptile? Well, there doesn't seem to be a ton of scientific evidence to prove Champ's existence.
True.
But as distinguished Yale scientist Benjamin Silliman,
What a funny name for a scientist. I'm Dr. Sillyman.
I'm
Dr.
Dr.
Cinnamon.
I'm very serious about science.
Champ is real.
Well, Benjamin Silliman
What'd he say?
reportedly said in 1827 he was open to the
The
possibility that a
that
monster
in
in Lake
Champlain-
Champlain existed.
So he's open to
But
it.
for now,
Yep.
Champ
Taste of Champ,
remains.
a mystery.
Well, that does it for Mystery Files. We'll see you next week, everybody. Ryan and I are going to go eat some ants on a log.
I thought it was soda, and then it was beer, and then I.
So, that's interesting. So what's your final verdict? Driftwood? Snake? Ancient dinosaur? Let me know. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell. I want to say it's like a snake, because, I didn't really see a head. I think, I don't know. Could be just overactive imaginations, but let me know your theories if you ever gone to, Lake Champlain. Till next time, guys. See ya.